Mower blades are finally here. We'll get those opened up. They have the tungsten edge on them, and they're mulching blades, so they have a different profile for lift and all that good stuff. So yeah, let's take a look. Yeah, so it's look pretty good. They have a nice, I mean, they're coated, and this front edge, I mean, I'm sure we don't have to sharpen them. They should be pre-sharpened, right? They just paint them afterwards so they don't get rusty. And then you have more lift, you know, more edges here to kind of toss grass up. Now, we won't have the discharge blocked, although it looks like it'd be easy for me to put a piece over it. But really, when we go to fix that part that I banged up in there with a hammer, let's take a look at that. Yeah, so when it's warmer out, go over to my buddy's dad's place. He's got a set of rollers so we can bend thick sheet metal like this, and we can kind of tidy up some of this stuff. But for now, it's fine. Everything that's hammered out of the way will just be how it is. And then even this side, you know, we could add a piece to turn this into a mulching deck and make sure that all the grass stays inside and gets chopped up multiple times. Yeah, really all that's left to do is slap these new guys on. Blades are on. Book said these go to 70 foot-pounds, so that's what we did them to. All right, look how close those get. So we make sure that they're not going to be able to touch. Right? No touching tips. Give them a spin, make sure they're not going to hit any of these guards. We got plenty of clearance. Yeah, this one's still kind of, the bearing's a little more rough, but I think it'll loosen up in time. Yeah, should be good. Nothing's gonna impact each other when we give these a test fire. So get this thing flat, see if we can remember how that belt went in place. And we got this guy back in place. Just need the spring on, which should be pretty easy. It just goes around the post and then tension keeps it there. There's a little bit of a lip for it to kind of settle into, because once it's pulled tight, it's not going anywhere, I think. I wonder if these need to be adjusted. So that's supposed to keep the belt from slapping around. Okay, yeah, so once there's tension on it, it pulls away from those pretty easily. As you can see here, you get a big wrench on there, and it's pretty easy to move. It pops right off those stands, but that'll keep them from whipping off. Anything crazy happens. So, it looks good. Everything, oh, it turns pretty easy compared to before, when it wouldn't turn at all by hand. And so I'm pretty confident as long as that clutch is working. You know, these things act like a big flywheel. So once it's got momentum, that clutch doesn't really do that much work. Now, I'm not sure what the right way to do this is, but right now the wheels are locked, and I'll put the brake on so they don't move. But this is really easy to pick up, and this deck is relatively easy to scoot with my feet. So I think if I stand on the deck and pull on the mower, it'll just slide underneath. Then I can hook the 4 chains up, get it suspended again, and then those rear arms should be easy to move around, manipulate in place with the deck floating in the air. Yeah, that's not too bad. Yeah, so let me get it hooked up so it's suspended again. Okay, so yeah, those things just swung right into place, and bolts went on real easy. Last step will be to put on the belt, which I pinched up so it's still attached in the hiccups, the back. Yeah, let's take a look. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'll have to get something to do that tensioner, get this belt on, and then we'll give it a test in the driveway before we take it back to the shed for the rest of the winter. I don't remember how that goes through there, but if I hook it here first, that'll at least keep it from falling. And I bet this just comes through this side, and then on the other side of that, yeah, it's a V shape. I don't think that one had a hole for a wrench, so not really sure the best way to move it. Maybe I can just do it with my hands. I think that's how I put it on the first time. So I did find a hole, right? As my dad always says, if there's fur on it, you would have found it. So yeah, at least now, it's not a lot of levers, it's a little wrench, but at least my fingers aren't in somewhere where they're gonna get ripped apart. There we go. That should do. Alright, I think it'll just work, but I'm also overly optimistic sometimes, so see if the motor even starts. I'm happy with that. Quad's back up in the garage. I added a piece of PVC to this so it rolls up nice, so we're happy with the super shed for the time being. I'm gonna bring the key inside, make it a little harder for criminals to get my latest and greatest. So yeah, even with the new blades all in, right about $1,000 even to fix it up. I don't think there's that many people that can get a mower that's in that good a shape for free. You just have to put $1,000 into it, but shit, I'll take it. Yeah, pretty good night. That's not bad. I mean, that thing's running through probably 4 inches, about 4 inches of snow looks like, maybe 5. So yeah, 2-wheel drive, like actual 2-wheel drive, pretty good.